Good morning, folks. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to Three Dudes and a Lady, where this is a platform designed to help bring inspiration and motivation to your day with a video from Jay Shetty. My name is Earl, hailing from the beautiful state of North Carolina, and my gratitude for today is connections.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Jay Anderson from the wild, wonderful state of West Virginia. My gratitude is Mother Nature. You cannot beat her. She gets and wins every time.
Hey guys, I'm Christine Wright, hailing out of the great state of Florida. My gratitude for the day is fasting. So today Jay Shetty was talking about asking for help. He basically was saying how to reframe our request to get what we need, right? If you brought up, if you give a man a fish, he can eat for a day, but if you teach a man to fish, he can eat for a lifetime, right? We usually, when we're asking for help, we're asking for a fish. We don't ask to be taught how to fish, right? And someone else's solution is not necessarily the right solution for us, right? You don't really want the answer. You just want help finding the answer, right? But the way we ask our questions is probably a little bit off, right? He brought up a story about a girl who had volunteered to help her friend with a yard sale because she was going to go to this thing. I don't know exactly what it was. I can't remember. Sorry, guys. But a spot opened up so she could actually attend her event that she wanted to attend. So she was asking how to fix this problem. And he was basically saying, you ask someone what you should do, but instead ask, here is what I thought of. What am I missing? Or, something similar to that. And you might be able to do both, right? You can help by publicizing the sale and also attend the thing you wanted to attend, right? But do you want someone to give you their solution, or do you want help finding the solution that works best for us, right? A lot of times, when we're asking for advice or anything like that, we're just asking for advice, right? We're not necessarily saying, hey, this is what's going on. This is what I thought of. Can you help me figure out like what's going to work best? And a lot of times, especially if their voices are different, like if I'm asking Jay Anderson for advice, not that I wouldn't ask him for advice, but if I'm asking him for a solution to a problem, he's going to give me a solution that an extrovert might use, right? Whereas me, I'm like, no, I don't think that's going to work for me, right? Because different voices are different. Like if I ask my mother-in-law for help, I already know that I have to lay it out completely what I need help with, right? Because if there's any steps missing, she's not going to be able to help me. She's gonna help to her best ability, but there's going to be steps missing, right? So I definitely think it depends on who we're asking and what we're asking, and you know, I don't know. This went way different than I thought it was going to go. Like when I seen the title, it threw me off a little bit. But Earl, Jay.
I think sometimes, this I see this as like a little bit of a two-way path because it's okay if we're working on a project or something, and it's okay to ask for like a little bit of constructive criticism from somebody. Say, how does this look, and how am I looking? What's your view of it? Because sometimes that can help you in a little bit of ways.
Yeah, because
Because
it gives us ideas, right? It sparks
right,
ideas.
but the thing is, it's okay to ask for those opinions because those that can help you grow. That's and growth is important. We have to learn to accept. Like if something doesn't seem right, sometimes the problem is right in front of us and we don't see it. And how many times have we run into that problem? I mean, take for instance in our careers, in our financial careers, if we're on the phone or if we're running an appointment, sometimes we may make a mistake and we don't realize it until after the fact, and people will try to help us out. You could have done this a little bit better because there's always room for improvement, and Lord knows we're not all perfect, and we will make mistakes along the way, and we have to learn to accept it. Now, some people have a hard time accepting that, thinking, oh no, I don't make mistakes. Oh, you don't? Really? Okay. So you're not human, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, going down that path, I think it's very important that we use that as a learning tool for ourselves, as far as whatever path we're going down.
All right, guys, buckle up.
Oh boy, here we go.
This is one area, and I don't get to say this a lot, so I feel very good about this conversation here. This is one area that I feel very lucky in, that I feel like I'm very strong in. I think if you pay attention to me, a lot of times I ask leading questions going into a conversation up front just to get the angles of other people's opinions. Then it helps shape the conversation that I carry afterwards. That is very much an indirect way of asking for help. Remember, it was when I ask and how I ask. I mean, those are the two big key factors there. I think when you're asking, and the title can be a little eluding there, Christine. I believe I'm with you on that. But this is a
Yeah.
resource that you can use to your advantage at all times. And sometimes when you're asking a leading question, you're setting up of the conversation that you really want to go in. Would you agree with that?
Yes, for sure. Oh, no doubt. Like, think about it. Like, when we ask for advice, usually we're putting what we want to happen out front.
But we want to do it in a way that doesn't say, I'm representing this question.
Yeah,
You're posing it as a group thing if there's multiple people involved. So
for
I,
sure.
I think there the phrase, do you want to fish, or do you want to be handed the fish, or do you want to learn to fish for the fish, is very adequate in this situation. And let's face it, we are a very spoon-fed society in just about all facets of our life. Okay. And we pay attention to the norms and all that society throws out there. Yeah, shame on us for that. But we do. It seems to matter to us. So, having said that, sometimes the resource of asking the right question, and maybe for help, that might be the word help, I think, is misleading in this title here. Because I don't think Jay Shetty was asking or saying, look, I'm down and out, I need help. I think what Jay Shetty's saying, when you ask the question, it could be like, Christine, I've got this project coming up, and this project covers X, Y, and Z. What's your take on that?
Yeah, that's what I think that's what he was trying to get at.
I think
Yeah.
that's exactly what he was trying to get at. It's not this. Hey, Christine, I've got this project coming up, man. I need your help.
No, because
So
that's asking for a fish.
that's asking for the fish. That's
Hmm.
exactly right. But if I'm asking Christine what her opinion is of it, then I'm giving her the chance to express herself, and I'm giving myself a chance to put thought into it. So there's a little give and take on this.
Well, think
But
about it. It's like leading people, right? Like, a lot of times when new people come in and we're trying to lead them, a lot of times their mindset is different than what it should be, right? So
Well, yeah. When you're scared, Christine, when you come in, let's say you're new into what the three of us do as a livelihood. When you're new into this and you're scared, man, you want to be handed the fish, right? Because
yes,
you're scared. Because
yeah,
you're scared.
uh-huh. Well,
That's
because
the
you're scared that it's not going to work. You're scared that it's not going to work out. Like, you maybe your security, maybe your financial situation is a little bit off. So then you're trying to make money and you're not doing good, and there's a lot of things that come into play.
well, this next statement comes into play. You don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
Correct.
And that comes into play, and you're like, okay, I don't know. Okay, that's fine. But when you ask your mentor for help, be blunt. Say, listen, I don't know my next direction, but could you give me some options?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the better way to ask
Maybe. Yeah.
instead of saying, here, I want this, give me this.
Well, because a lot of times when people come to us, because as a new leader, like when I was new and I was building a team, like that's how I was, right? If somebody came and asked me for something, I was giving it to them. Like, just here you go. Here's your fish, right? But then all of a sudden, then you become the most important person, and it's like, because then they're coming to you for everything, and then you're like, okay, then you become overwhelmed, and there's a lot of things that happen during that time, right? Instead of teaching them where to go and find that information, which is what we should be doing, right?
Let me tell you something. My mentor, God love his soul, he did a hell of a job. He would say, here's an area, go look at these options and see what they look like for you. Call me back and tell me what you think.
Yes.
Now, that was a strong leader. He gave me a starting point. Then basically he said, do a little research. Now, I'm the type of person, and again, this is where I feel good about this conversation. I want just enough to allow me to go digging. I want to see, and Christine, you are 1000% like this too. I know it.
Yes.
You want to get it, you want to find it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's a sense of accomplishment behind that. And then also behind that portion of it, you are able to explain it better when the time comes that you have to explain it because you found it.
Right. It wasn't handed over, right?
It's no different than when we go to HQ. Okay. So many of us go to HQ and we do not even know where to go to look for things. Okay. That's not me. You give me something, a platform, a CRM or whatever, I'm going to explore it. Then if I'm driving down the road, Earl, you call me up and say, hey, where do I go? I don't need it in front of me. I can tell you. And it's just, but that's how I operate. Back when I was in the car business, the platform, the computer system that we used, I understood it. And if I was on vacation and they ran into problems, they always would call me. Well, hey, what do I do? I say, okay, go to this screen. Okay, tab down 3 times. Okay, you see that? Yeah. Whoa, voila, you got it. But I was the person like you, Christine. I gave him the fish.
Yes.
I
So
gave
they
him the
needed you
Yeah.
fish.
always, right? And
And
is that
back
an ego thing? Is that because our ego? Because then we're needed, right?
back when I was younger, hell yeah, it was an ego
Oh,
thing. I
100% for me.
I rocked an ego, folks. Not
Me
only did
too.
I have a mullet when I was in high school, I rocked an ego with it.
Hey, hey, Jay, you said something a little while back that really caught my attention. You said we live in a spoon-fed society that things brought to us, and the first thing that came to my mind was I mean, but our brokerage, what we have, I mean, they offer so much to offer for training, and it's just a matter of us applying ourselves to it. We have a whole library stuff now. Switching channels just a little bit. Look at some ways in our. I don't like to use the word government. I don't want to get any negative comments on this, but in society, there are programs out there to help us get us to make ourselves better people out there. It's a matter of us applying ourselves.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a matter if you're in the process of changing careers or changing jobs, and this for the people watching this, you know that there's opportunities out there. You just got to go out there and find it. Now, you might get lucky from a family friend or whoever who's going to offer you that fish to go out there and start your new journey. Not everything's going to be handed to you. You got to. I mean, if you see the sign, if you see the synchronicity that it's right there, you should go out there and get it. And don't be so lazy about it. Just go out there and fight for what you believe in. I'm sorry, I have to say this because
That is correct. That is the correct way to say it. Lazy. Go ahead. You're right.
no. What I'm going to tell you something right now. If I were to put numbers on there, I'm going to say, and I'm probably wrong on this. About 30% of society is lazy. All right, and
Oh, it's more than
it's
30%,
more than
bro.
that. Okay, like I said, I'm probably going to get criticized for this, but
Don't be
let's
scared to get up in the 60, 75% range. I mean,
yeah, right.
it's heavy.
But the thing is, things are handed to us. I mean, AI is an example of this. AI is making us lazy to some aspects. I mean, you look at what is on the computer. I mean, look at what high school students are going through. You look at these new high schools going up and all this technology that's handed to them. I mean, gee whiz, we didn't have this back in our day.
No,
And
and the
uh,
thing is like even with AI in schools, like schools are allowing AI to come in now because kids are using it anyway. So now they gave them parameters to use AI around, which is good,
right,
good and bad, right? It's good because it's teaching them how to use AI properly, but it's bad
right.
because they're not thinking proper. They're not thinking on their own. They're using AI, you know?
So, so I guess the question that I would have here is that let's use AI. I'm bringing up critical thinking. Okay, this is the topic that I want to touch on. Critical thinking is pretty large within the content of asking for help. Okay. Critical thinking, my question to you, Christine, I I agree with you first, okay, but I still want to hear
Yeah.
your answer. The question's going to be, can AI be a learning tool in terms of, even though it takes over possibly critical thinking, can we, after we've learned something, see the lesson behind what we just learned through AI? Or do you think the younger generation just grabs the answers and roll and don't give a shit about how it was answered? Does
I
that
think
make
the
sense?
latter, you
I,
know?
I do too. I do too.
Yeah, because think about it,
I
like,
do too.
okay, so the critical thinking may come into play as far as like asking AI the question, because again, you can't you have to ask AI in certain ways the questions, right? Engineers, those are big right now, right? Like you have to know how to ask it, otherwise, because it's only going to give you whatever you're asking for, right? It's only going to give you the fish you're asking for. But
Yeah.
if you're wording the question properly, there's some stuff you're gonna learn.
You're baiting AI to go in the
Yeah.
direction that you're hoping that it will go in.
Yes, for
So
sure. No doubt.
so it's very interesting. This is not a surface level conversation,
No,
because
there's
again,
a
I
lot
think
of layers.
there is, and it's a beautiful thing because once again, Jay Shetty provides resources for us. I'll say this: Symmetry Financial or Quility, whichever you want to call it, in my eyes, one of the best things they ever did on their HQ platform was they developed Summit.
Yep.
Mhm.
Summit is for new agents, middle agents, long-term agents, and agents that have been doing this for a while. It's a platform where critical thinking has to take place as you go through and complete each of these tasks or levels, I guess. I thought that was brilliant. Now, Christine, you were in the middle of this conversation, being an AO at the time when they were developing this. Part of the intent was to free up AO's time so that they could concentrate on other things. Would I be correct in saying that?
Yes, absolutely.
I think it was one of the biggest things that they were trying to do, because there was a point in time where your AO in what we do as a livelihood, there wasn't enough time in 24 hours to do what needed to be done within 24 hours. There was just not enough time in the day. And what happened is the performance level of AO started to come down a little bit because of that. This is where I applaud Symmetry. They had the foresight to recognize that and do something about it. And if you remember when Summit first rolled out, it's a little bit different than what it is now. It's been redefined. Okay. So I think asking for help falls within that category. Is it something that when you're asking for, ask enough to help you get going to the direction that you need? Now, folks, you're going to come across an event that demands an answer right then and there. That's going to happen. That's just part of life. And you have to have the answer right then, right there. It has to take place to move forwards. That's going to happen. Most of the time it doesn't, though. So, Earl, you said it best. Can't be lazy. Get off your ass. Go learn it. Go figure it out. Trial and error. That's the one thing that for us that struggle in the IT world, me, scared of clicking on a button because I might screw something up, me, I got to let that wall down and go ahead and click on that button and see what's on the other side.
Absolutely.
Curiosity kills the cat. It's got to take place.
For sure. Agreed.
See, she finally agrees with me. Wow. I knew I was going to hammer this one. Hey, folks, listen, it's easy to see that we are not licensed therapists, but man, we have a good time listening to the app Calm. Within Calm, we listen to Jay Shetty on a morning basis, and we do like the content that he provides for us. We use it to have discussions, and also we use it hopefully for resources for us to better our own self. Please join us on a morning basis.
And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. And we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
This is